Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Scouting with Nick. If I asked you to name a famous cave, I mean a cave so famous that almost everyone has seen it at some point in their lives, you would say, all right, if you're having trouble coming up with an answer, don't feel bad. But here's the thing, you know the cave I'm talking about because it's been in literally hundreds, if not thousands of movies, TV shows, commercials, print ads, music videos, and so on over the years. In fact, it's been a movie star for over a century. I'm going to be talking about this cave today, but here's the thing, I cannot do it in 30 seconds or less. So if you're watching on Instagram, do the thing that lets you keep watching the video. And for everybody else, let's do it. So the other day I was watching Under the Silver Lake, one of my favorite movies about Los Angeles. In the movie, there's a scene where the main character, Sam, goes to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery for a secret show in the mausoleum. Once there, he's invited downstairs to the underground crypt for a mysterious dance party. Now, while I wish the Hollywood Forever Cemetery had an awesome underground crypt where they hosted dance parties, they do not. So where did they actually film this? The location is amazing. Stone walls, dirt floors, graves for tables, a dance floor, wood, sconces. I was convinced it was a build on a soundstage. Then, all of a sudden, I realized I knew exactly where they were. They're in the Batcave. Okay, so let me explain what I'm talking about. Right now, I'm standing in Bronson Canyon, which is home to Bronson Cave, one of the most famous filming locations in movie history. Bronson Cave has one entrance on the west side, which connects with three on the east. Today, the canyon looks a lot like other spots around Griffith Park, but this is actually an old rock quarry known as Brush Canyon that was founded in 1903 to generate crushed rock for use in the paving of such major LA byways as Sunset Boulevard. Back then, the canyon would have looked completely different. Here's a rare picture of the Brush Canyon crushing plant taken in the early 1920s, which was capable of producing 1,000 tons of crushed rock a day. From 1908 until 1918, you would have also seen a train line here, which ran from Franklin Ave up Bronson Ave to the site and was used to transport the rock. And then, in 1919, someone realized the cave on the property would make a pretty great movie location. The first known production to shoot at Bronson Cave and the surrounding canyon is a silent western serial called Lightning Bryce, in the 8th episode entitled The Yawning Abyss. Not only do you get the very first appearance of the cave on the silver screen, the movie also offers extensive footage of the quarry infrastructure, a wonderful example of when a Hollywood film inadvertently provides an historical record of something that otherwise would have been completely lost to time. And from that first film, Bronson Cave quickly grew to become one of the most popular filming locations in movie history. Let's take a quick look at some of its many roles. 1925, a western called Riders of the Purple Sage. 1931, a Rin Tin Tin serial called The Lightning Warrior. There's the bad guy. 1932, the crime film I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang. We don't go in the cave, but we get a great shot of the prisoners working the quarry. Back in the cave for the 1932 John Wayne movie, The Hurricane Express. John Wayne's back the following year for the 1933 western Sagebrush Trail. That same year, John Wayne was back again for The Three Musketeers. We get a horror movie in 1933 called The Vampire Bat. A 1934 western called Mystery Mountain, a science fiction movie in 1935, The Phantom Empire. And I'm going to guess this is the first time this has ever been done to the cave entrance. Another science fiction entry with Flash Gordon from 1936, and we get one of our first monsters in the cave. 1936, Robinson Crusoe of Clipper Island. 1938, Hawk of the Wilderness, an adventure serial. 1939, The Lone Ranger Rides Again. 1941, our first superhero entry, Adventures of Captain Marvel. 1942, the cave is faked as a train tunnel for the western Call of the Canyon, and it really is pretty amazing what they did here. We get back to science fiction with 1951's Unknown World, 1953's Robot Monster, and 1954's Killers from Space. And then, in 1956, Bronson Cave starred in two of its most iconic roles. The first was for John Ford's masterpiece, The Searchers, featured in the climactic moment when Ethan Edwards decides to spare Debbie's life. The second was for Don Siegel's science fiction classic, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, in which the two main characters hide from a horde of pod people in an old mine. At this point, Bronson Cave was more popular as a filming location than ever, especially for low-budget B-movies. But there's one movie in 1959 called The Jayhawkers that's particularly notable for the fact that, for the first time, it offers a full panoramic view of Bronson Canyon. And we see something unusual. The three caves are much larger than they are today. It appears that over time, dirt has built up inside the caves and made them much smaller. From the 1960s on, countless productions have used Bronson Cave, so I'll only highlight a few notable examples. In 1966, Bronson Cave was seen weekly on TVs across the United States when it served as the exterior for the Bat Cave, the role for which it's best known today. The Monkees showed up at the cave in 1968 for the trippy, not-for-kids movie Head. The 1973 adaptation of Lost Horizon turned it into an ice cave leading to a tropical Eden. Dolomite made an appearance in 1976 for The Human Tornado, the sequel to the first Dolomite film. Kirk and Bones beamed down for Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country in 1991, though Bronson Cave had already appeared in the original series decades earlier. Bronson Cave almost appeared in Army of Darkness in 1992, though the scene was cut from the finished film. And while 1997's George of the Jungle portrayed the cave as being in a tropical jungle, 2002's Cabin Fever set it in a North Carolina forest. And that brings us to Under the Silver Lake, which found yet another unique role for Bronson Cave as a cemetery crypt turned dance hall under a mausoleum, my personal favorite. Based on this history, you might expect Bronson Cave to be around forever in the movies. But here's the thing, when I came up here to do this video, I was shocked to find chain link fences blocking all the cave entrances. I called the park film office. They told me that because of falling rocks in the cave, it's too dangerous for entry, and it's been sealed off indefinitely. Right now, they're looking for a solution, but there are no obvious answers in sight. That's a real tragedy, not only for the movies, but also for the countless visitors who come here every year, often with young children who love to play in the place that Batman once called home. I hope they can find a way to fix it, but if not, I think we can all agree that Bronson Cave has earned its retirement. All right, that's it for this look at Hollywood's most famous cave. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button or the share button and spread the word. I'm Nick Carr, Location Scout. If you want to follow my day-to-day scouting, just check me out on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. You know the places, and many more videos to come. So see you soon.